Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel's Strike Force, and in today's video, we have the event, Life and Liberty. Now, this is another one of Peggy Carter's shard events. I get, this one might be specifically her actual event, even though there's been multiple ways to get shards for her, including the Alliance milestones, the War Machine Orb, and now this. So if you haven't unlocked Peggy Carter for whatever reason, either through those $5 offers or just the shards that have come before this, then now you will. And in this video, you're going to know absolutely everything that you need to know to get there. So if you're ready to go, everybody, let's boil this down. Also, happy Monday, everybody. So I think it's a holiday in the US. You know what? It's actually a holiday in Canada as well. Apparently, depending on where you are in Canada, there's different provincial holidays. So hey, happy holidays all around North America. Let's get started with the actual table. So I'm gonna remove my box here so we can see the full thing. And so this is the event Life and Liberty. Now this one's a 6-day milestone. Keep in mind, because it's starting on Tuesday, right? Tomorrow, Tuesday, and it's running back until Monday. So they're trying to get back into place. There was an 8-day event and now a 6-day event. They're trying to get it back to Monday for next week. So that's what's happening. This one's interesting because it has Peggy Carter shards. Also, there's a few things that are unknown, and you know what? We're going to talk about it. There's the event item down here, and then there's like 30 additional Peggy Carter shards after the event item. Honestly, I don't know if that's possible. So there's I want to say it is, right? Like, because it's just, I think so. Because if you don't get that, it's like 30 Peggy Carter shards, and I'm pretty sure that they want you to get this. The only problem is if you look at the point inputs, there's something called the Infinite Liberty Orb, and I'm not entirely, because it's 2,000 points per orb, I'm not sure where this comes from, because it's not in the web milestone, it's not in the Alliance milestone, and it's not mentioned in the blog under the section. It's not even mentioned in the how to score points. It says Battle World, Battle and War with Mighty Avengers, and then the Phoenix Awakened Orb, but there's nothing in here talking about the Infinite Liberty Orb. Now this was in the data mines as well, the Infinite Liberty Orb, but I have no idea, and it's supposed to I think this is an energy source. I'll be honest. I think it's from one of the energies. They just haven't bothered to mention it, because in the data mines, this orb was supposed to give, or is supposed to give, dark promotion credits and dark diamonds, kind of like those other event orbs that we've had in the past that were like 4-to-1, that kind of thing. And we would open, I don't know how many of them, but that's what I think this is. They just failed to kind of mention it. Their QA on a lot of things are just lackluster. So I think that that's probably going to be energy related, because otherwise, the rest of the point scoring is just so bare bones and super easy. Like you'll get this done in like a day, right? So we'll talk about that. The other thing too is the Alliance milestone. So this is still going to contain the 25 Peggy Carter shards in here, the hold the line. I do want to kind of like mention down here, of course, that you have your Annihilators, your Astral, your Illuminati, and your Infestation. Probably on defense, because I'm pretty sure that they get bonuses, right, for being on defense, these 4 teams. So that's just the easiest way to go about it. What I don't like about this milestone, and I think it's still in my game, because it hasn't gone away yet as of recording this video, and I want to show you the hold the line that's currently going on with me, and that like we're gonna get to milestone. I think we're gonna get milestone 16 from the free claims, right? So that's kind of the extent that you can get. You're not going to be able to get 17, 18, 19, or 20. And the annoying part is that when we had the raid milestones, like these were very easy to get, right? Like you were able to, like, this was 800,000, frankly, actually not even 500,000. So why don't they let us get some of these things? Because I don't get, when we go from raids to war, suddenly the Alliance milestones are unobtainable, but the raid ones are. It just doesn't make any sense. There's no consistency across the board, and we're at a time where people definitely need more purple ions and purple crystals. In fact, they're actually, things are gotten worse on that regard. So even though the battle world is coming back, I don't, because it's only once a month, I'm not sure it's going to solve people's problems when it comes to purple ISOs. But that's just me. Anyways, let's jump on over to some of the math here. So Life and Liberty is a 6-day event, of course. 6-day event using Battle World, War with Mighty Avengers, Showcase Energy, and I don't know, but I think like it could be honestly, I think it could be this as well. So just keep in mind there's some parts of this that is currently unknown. We'll see on Tuesday, right? With this infinite Liberty Orb. The total milestone points required for this event, however, is 310,000, including the whale stones. The event item is at 97,000, which is milestone 14. Total reasonable purple ions is about 280,000. Now, the good thing though is that's up from last event, 179,000. So hey, we're up 100k. Last time before that was also 280,000. So I don't know what happened last week or for in Love and War. That one was pretty shit. But this one's getting a little bit better, I suppose. But we're still kind of around this 280k mark once a week, it would seem. Total Peggy Carter shards is 90. I'm gonna say 60 is reasonable because I'm thinking that they're gonna add a way for us to get the infinite liberty orbs, and I'm not 100% sure about that, but I don't it's only worth 2,000, which kind of lines up, I suppose, to being, because we're kind of short of milestone 14 as it sits, so there's got to be a way to get that. The free claims is, I'm gonna again peg this at 500 a day, so it's gonna be 600, sorry, 3,000 over 6 days. Total XP available for some reason is only 9,500 for even like the whale stones, but 6,000 is reasonable. And actually, you can obtain this by milestone 12, which is fairly early. So this is a little bit of a bump. Normally, it's 5,000 XP for most of us, but yeah, they're really pushing us to level 105. Like, I've actually really cut back on the coring that I've done on my energies because, like, now I had like a 20,000 energy hoard before going in, but I'm halfway to 104, and it's been, as of recording this, like it's been 25 days. So it's pretty crazy. Like, I'm gonna like finish this with like probably like 20 days or more to spare. And so it's really no rush to get to 105. So like, if you don't need to core, I honestly don't believe there's any huge rush because like G20 is not even out yet, and they haven't even teased G20 yet. So there's like no super big rush to 105 unless you are super hardcore into PvP where that makes or breaks it for you. But otherwise, I don't think it's really that big of a deal. So the web milestone points is worth 30k. There's also 30,000 medals of honor for the World War Olympus stuff. This requires 2,000 Liberty energy again. However, it's over 6 days, not 8 days, right? So now you need to do 6 extra refreshes for a total of 300 cores. So over the 6 days, you basically just need to do like one per day, one refresh per day, or 50 cores a day in the Liberty energy to be able to get this done. Last time they had the same 2,000 energy that you needed to spend, but it was over 8 days. So they're not adjusting for the days of the events, it seems. So just a heads up for that. Now for the points, of course, we have Clear One Wave in Battle World. That's going to be coming back on Monday, Tuesday, and or is it? Yeah, it's Tuesday, right? Because this is the start of this event. It's tomorrow. So, Clear One Wave in Battle World, 2,000 points, 14 waves total that you have to do, and I think that's fine, right? Like, because so it's in game. You can actually take a look at Battle World. It's there again. Disregard the time because I'm recording this like a day and a half in advance. But you can preview this already. You can see the waves in here, and there's three main zones before we get to null. And for example, like the elite mission has, does it say actually? I don't know how many. 72. I think it's three waves, right? Because there's 24 players in your alliance, so three waves here. The Herald mission, I think, is just one wave, so that's four. And then I think this one also has three. It doesn't say. I think this is three waves as well. So that's 7 waves per zone, which means there's a total of 21, I think, right? So you need to do 14 out of 21. So you basically need to do 2/3 of Battle World at your difficulty to maximize the points. So hopefully you can get that done. Battle and War with Mighty Avengers. This is 8 usages of the Mighty Avengers. I think I got that right. 8, yes. There's 5 on a team, right? So even if you don't have Hercules for some reason, you could still just do sacks or sacrifice attacks on a Mephisto or something like that on 4 of your other Mighty Avengers and still get the points. Just make sure you're doing it over the 2 wars. You do get some bonus points, of course, if you do have Hercules at 5, 6, or 7 yellow points, which you can find here. And then there's that open Infinite Liberty Orb. Now, I did not put down the Phoenix Awakened Orb because that's a paid orb. And so the only thing that bridges the gap is this orb. And I got to assume that it's one of the campaign energies. I just, we don't have any confirmation that that's the case. So we'll have to find out when the event goes live. Reasonable points total. If you add everything up, so that's the 32K plus the 28K plus the 30 plus the 3 is 93,000. Now, that is 4,000 short of what you need for the event item, which is what suggests to me that the Infinite Liberty Orb is either going to be available through some other means, or it is, in fact, going to be an energy source, which, again, they have not told us. Just want to double check. It's not in the Alliance milestone. This is the web milestone. It's also not in there, right? So, yeah, I don't know where else they're expecting it to come from. They didn't make some clarity on this. Also, the Peggy Carter shards, just to kind of hide my stuff here. So this is milestone 15 here at 129,000. So that's the 30 Peggy Carter shards with 3 million gold, right? So we need basically, what is that, 36,000 points? 100, did I say 129? You need 36,000 points. You need 18 Infinite Liberty Orbs. That sounds like something that's going to be out of energy, right? Like it has to be. It's got to be. Remember what campaign energy is usually 1,100 a day. That's normally what I do. So we could take that and multiply that by 4, for example, right? Fragments, and multiply that by 6, and then that's like 13 orbs, or like 13 times 2,000. 26,000. Even that's shy, to be honest. So maybe it'd be more than that, right? Maybe it'd be 6 to 1. I don't know, right? And so that would actually make sense because this would be close to 20, right? 20 times 2,000 is pretty much the same thing. Actually, this is identical points actually here. So if you added this with that, right, like you would get the Peggy Carter shard. So it's got to be some sort of like 6 to 1 energy ratio system. I just pulled this out here on the video, but that makes sense to me, right? It's got to be an energy thing. It's got to be. The data mines show it's an orb very similar to what those energy, campaign energy or ISO energy orbs tend to be, and so that's just what I assume it's going to be. So, final notes for the video. Event is not a leaderboard event, so it's not that big of a deal. If you don't need the Peggy Carter shards, is whatever. You don't want to quit. If and normally there's other ways to core for the event, right? So I have to assume they love pulling power cores out from us. So that's definitely, they haven't said it, but it's definitely, I'm telling you, it's probably it's an energy source. It's an energy source. This orb. As long as you get the event item, you should be able to pick up everything that comes before it, aka the shards, the XP, all of that stuff. And then we talked about the Infinite Liberty Orb there, because you do need this to get to the event item, right? So it's got to be there. It's got to be. I'm telling you, it's going to be an event energy. We're gonna, maybe they'll correct this before Tuesday, before the event goes live. Otherwise, we'll see it when it does go live. And I'll be posting this table here on my Discord server if you need to share it with your Alliance members and all of that stuff. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. At least we have Battle World to look forward to this week, and it does look like it might be challenging, so I'm a little bit excited about that as well. Hopefully it's good, and if it is good, then maybe they'll actually bring it back on a more regular basis than once a month. Once every 2 weeks, maybe, if it's good, of course. We'll talk about that more later on this week, though. So that's it for now, everyone, and until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.